Alright, I wanted to make a video and discuss something that has been bugging me. Been sitting here processing a few orders and wanted to take a break and just kind of ramble on for a little while. And I wanted to discuss a little bit more about the Ohio Regional and a few of the general interactions I had with a few people. And just I wanted to discuss proper play in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that this is a very important video, and I hope that you guys will take the actual time to listen to this. It's probably going to be two things to this video, so pay attention as we go from one topic to the other. But the first thing I wanted to say is proper play is very important. I real sharked two people this weekend over lack of potential phase changing. When you are drawing a card immediately, not declaring your phase changes, immediately proceeding to make a play, that's not good. Alright? I had an instance against a Klee player. He has two scales established. I was like, alright, we set the D barrier and we pass. He immediately draws his card and does not even give me a chance to respond. Now, I'm not talking about this bullshit of me waiting fucking 5 seconds. It's immediately going draw and then throwing down a stealth on the table. No, that is not the appropriate way to play this game. If I am holding the D barrier and I am anticipating the opportunity for you to phase shift appropriately, then I think in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That I feel like I have the appropriate response time here. No, obviously the guy was nice enough and rewound it, but had we had to call over a judge for that particular ruling, then yeah, he did not give appropriate time to respond. And for most of the regional, I think there were a few instances where I wasn't going, draw, standby, main phase for most of my games. It's kind of something I've been a little bit more accustomed to, having watched a lot of the OCG playing over the last 6-7 months. I've really been back in this game. It's been a little pet peeve of mine to definitely focus on, appropriate play. And if you're not doing that, yeah, I still have my graveyard down below my deck. I still have my deck where my graveyard is in terms of that, that's just something I've always had. But if you're not giving your opponent appropriate response windows, sure, yeah, you can complain to me and say, I should be telling them to do this, but I mean, he was kind of doing it for most of the game. I think it was more or less one of those things that the player became overly excited that he drew a potential out that he just forgot how to play appropriately. It's just a little bit mind-boggling to me that, you think of me as the asshole when I'm sitting here with an appropriate window waiting to decide if I want to respond to you, when you have, full ability to just kind of blow me out in these scenarios. So, had another scenario, actually, was against a Paleo player. We had 6 minutes on the timer. He took his full 3 minutes aside, of course. Left us with like 3 minutes on the timer. And I told him straight up, I'm like, I mean, are you really going to sit here and attempt to slow play me? Your deck sets 5 turn 1 if you don't have the frog. If you have the frog, you make totally awesome and you move along. Well, evidently by telling my opponent to please hurry up, I really wanted to say please hurry the fuck up because that was my mood at the time. But like, I guess people get edgy. Memes 2017. Players really get, I guess, pissy with you when you call them out on their bullshit, when you know damn well that they're attempting to slow play, especially when they sit here and they deliberate on the same one card for fucking 3 minutes, going back and forth, putting it in the main deck, taking it out. You know, like, sure, I get if you're like deciding on one hard choice, but you have the view of the timer. I don't. You know, my back is to the timer, and if I look over and I see, yeah, you have your full 3 minutes to decide, that is fine. That is within the confines of the rules. But as soon as that game starts, I want an appropriate pace. I want to make sure that the game is going at an appropriate way. I don't need you giving me a snarky little attitude, being like, what the fuck you mean fucking fast play? I want to take my time and think about my 5 traps I set turn 1 with 0 response. Sure, there's nothing within the rules that also tells me that I can't tell you to please hurry up and move along with your time. It's a conversation at the table. I'm doing nothing to interrupt the actual flow of the game state, and I'm not being rude to you whatsoever at this stage in the game. So shit like this fucking pisses me off, man. You know, like, there's a lot of good players out there, there's a lot of nice players, and then you have those players that are going to try to fucking pull one over on you. And if you've played this game for as long as I have, you'll be able to recognize the telltale signs of these things. Now, I know I said there was going to be another topic in this video. I don't remember what that topic was. You need to be able to play at an appropriate pace. You need to be able to make sure that your opponent is playing this game appropriately. And, oh yeah, that was my other topic I actually wanted to touch on here. If at any stage in this past weekend, and actually in the past I've been playing, I've noticed that there's been a few times where I'm not going to say that I'm one of the nicest players when I'm playing against you. I'm going to be completely real with you. There's a lot of people out there that I'm very, very nice to when we're playing. I'm always very appropriate. I try to do as I would onto other people. But there were a few times, looking back in the past here recently, that not going to lie, I seemed like a shitty opponent. And by shitty, I mean like, oh, you had the fucking Imperial Order. Oh, wow, look at you're good at this game. You had the Pot of Desires. I think I even said to, when I was having a conversation with my round 3 opponent when he had the Grasslick Skinner, I'm like, damn, you're good at this game. Like, not like so much of a smile, but more of a, like a, yeah, you fucking have the grass. Like, you're fucking good at this game. Like, you know, like, just to be completely real with you guys, like, I sometimes get why my audience, you know, often in the past has seen that I seem like an asshole. I get that, and, you know, I might not leave the most pleasurable experience in a lot of people's, you know, mouth. Other people will have a pleasant experience with me. And I'm not going to say that it depends on the day or the time, but when you're playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you guys know how fucking shitty this game can be. I'm not going to try to play it off as that, but we get fucking frustrated. You know, I've played this game for fucking goddamn over 10 years at this point. You know, you're always going to have that one shitty instance where your opponent just blows you the fuck out, and of course you're salty about it. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players get fucking salty about this. You know, this goes back to the thing about playing appropriately. I'm going to be shitty at you, not shitty, like, shitty gonna, like, have a fight with you or argue with you. But I'm going to stand my ground, and I'm going to bring up the fact to your face and be like, so you're shotgunning this, and you're not giving me an appropriate response window. I actually had a game against another Paleo player in the tournament that really pissed me off. Guy immediately shotgunned a card of Demise. He drew, set the card. I'm like, okay. I look at my face down. I'm like, 1 sec response. Doesn't even give me a chance to fucking respond. He just flips over his card of Demise. I'm like, I said, could you wait and let me respond? He's like, oh, you had enough time. I'm like, I told you to let me fucking respond. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, do you want to call a judge on this? Like, this is some shitty shit here. You know, like, I have a guy at my locals that would always set the card in Demise. So every time I see a Paleo player with multiple back row, I always consider the Twin Twister. And it's even more boggling to me that I asked for a response window from the opponent, and I got little to zero response from him. You know, like, appropriate play, people, not being a fucking Cuntosaurus Rex when you're playing. It's so frustrating playing against these people that you know, there's always the golden rule of life, you know, do unto others that you want done unto you. If I'm sitting here, I'm declaring my fucking phase is going, stand by main phase, and I'm like, response. You know, same thing if I summon a monster. I'll always ask for a solemn window response. If I remember to. It's once or twice that we don't. You know, or like if I summon a monster and I ask for a response and my opponent's like, hold on, I'm like, alright, well, solemn window response. And they'll say no, and then we'll be like, alright, well, if my monster has an ignition effect on summon, then we'll appropriately trigger it and resolve it, you know. Or if Hanger's on the field, you know, we'll attempt to toggle the Hanger, since we're past the solemn window at this point. It's just things like this. I needed to take a break and vent about this, because this has been sitting here pissing me the fuck off. And should I feel shitty about rule sharking these people on appropriate play? You know, am I the asshole for now, because my opponent shotgun and revealed that it's influencing, you know, my considerability to want to play this card even more now? You know, why? What's going on here? Like, yeah, there's the scumbag Robbie over here that wants to be like, yeah, well, fuck you, you fucked up, let's fucking punish you for it. And then there's the other me that's sitting over here like, well, I fucking played this appropriately, and now you're getting mad at me? Like, what the fuck, Shakisha? Like, what the fuck you doing? You know, like, no wonder fucking why your man cheated on you. Fucking stupid. There's nothing else to really say in this video. Just, if you play at a regional, please do yourself and your opponent the courtesy of playing appropriately. Declare your phases. Declare what your moves are. If you purposely fuck up and miss an appropriate window, your opponent's probably going to punish you for it because you didn't play appropriately. It's just kind of the way the game is now. I mean, like, not to detour anybody from that, but, you know, throughout the years, these things have happened. These things are going to continue to happen. So, it's not my fault you didn't fucking declare your phases. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. At least with the online simulators, you can go, and they're like, oh, cool, I'm in main phase now. Or, you know, like, you can wait for the delayed response to see if your opponent has the max C. It's the little stupid shit like this that kind of just blows my mind. So, yeah, guys, obviously everything in this video is my experiences and my experiences only. Everyone has their opinion, like everyone has an asshole. I'd like to hear about your asshole today in the comments section. Please no stories about Bleach or Reno. I don't need to know about that stuff. I don't need to know how hairy your asshole is either. I just want to know what you guys think about the stories that we've talked about today. So, appropriate gameplay, guys. It's very important. Alright, deuce. That's not all, folks. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my Cardfight Vanguard channel, VanCole40. You guys will get an insight on our playtesting sessions. And please check out the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. That way you guys can follow the House of Champions and MCole40 interactions. Please check out MCole Games for all of your guys' trading card game needs. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please check out my Patreon in the description. Every bit helps to the creation of these videos. One step at a time in improvement, and that's the goal of this channel. Alright guys, have a good time, and thanks for watching.